What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? JamiroFan 2000 here with yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. For the uninitiated in this series here on my channel, it's been pretty much my discussion series of nearly 8 to 9 years, where I take a discussionary look at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai, and they're now over 31 years of musical and influential making. Now, this episode is going to be a little bit outside of Jamiroquai. It's going to be discussing my top 10 albums of the calendar year of 2024. I thought I'd give everybody in the Jamily a little bit of a rundown of all the other music that I'm listening to in and outside of Jamiroquai, and in this case, my top 10 albums of 2024. Starting off with my number 10 pick of Jack White's album No Name. This was one of the biggest unexpected albums of 2024. The former White Stripes frontman returned to his rock and roll roots on this brilliant return to form album that a lot of fellow rock fans were not expecting to be coming out, but nevertheless, Jack White marvels in this brand new album called No Name. Now, my ninth choice of my favorite album of 2024 is from, of course, JT or Justin Timberlake. Everything I thought it was, which was JT is back and kind of in his career retrospection mode. Not a bad thing, but everything I thought it was, that was his new album from 2024, really did feel like a look back at all the lovely pop musical textures and sounds that JT has been spearheading for nearly 20 years in music and being one of the biggest mavericks in all of pop music. But Justin Timberlake does not disappoint on that new album. Now, number 8, I'm going to be picking JMSN's album Soft Spot. Starting out as a 2024 EP release that dwarfed into one of the most musically daring albums to date, R&B phenom JMSN really pushes the creative envelope, whereas other artists in his genre continue to play it safe with their music. This is both a daring and provocative move of an album that demands lots of respect by all of his fellows. Now, coming in at number 7 is going to be one of two really quickly unanticipated hip-hop albums of the year that came in the latter half of 2024. Of course, I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar's album, number 7 for his album GNX. The first of two career, as I said, end of the calendar year Marvel albums to come out in hip-hop. Kendrick's first post-Drake feud album, which encompassed the first half of 2024, entitled GNX, sees the heir apparent to American hip-hop scene take all of the vitriol of the beef battle he had with the aforementioned Drake, and does a 180 of turning hate into a peaceful retrospection and progress into one of the most satisfying modern albums to come out from Kendrick Lamar in some time of his ever-expanded discography. Now, coming in at number 6 is going to be yet another artist in R&B, soul in R&B, who continues to just absolutely delight me with every new release he has out. From Kyle Dion of his EP release called If These Jeans Could Talk. Technically considered an EP release for 2024, I absolutely consider this an album effort of one of the most brilliant and bright emerging artists in soul R&B with Kyle Dion, sounding like an amazing amalgamation musically between the 1980s group Barge and, of course, the current pop music mainstream artist Bruno Mars. Kyle is waiting to impress you with his imaginative lyrics and cutting-edge music on this stirring release for 2024. Now we're coming into the top 5 albums for 2024, at least in my pick. At number 5 with the artist Justice on the album Hyperdrama, another standout duo of Parisian electronic music and very worthy, additionally, of the mantle of other electronic music leaders in European electro music with Daft Punk. Justice put out an astoundingly deep album with their album called Hyperdrama, filled with unorthodox musical artist collaborations, including Kevin Parker of the great Australian psych rock band Tame Impala, and conjuring up soundscapes that really thrill all of their fans of their vintage electro rock sound. So be sure to check out Justice where you can. Definitely one of the earmark artists in all of electronic music right now. And coming in at number 4 is one of the artists I've been following probably the most in the 2000s. Of course, I'm talking about Kings of Leon, their album Can We Please Have Fun. After two unusually deep prior album releases in the late 2010s into 2020s, the Southern rock stalwarts Kings of Leon come back with a rollicking good time with their new album, sarcastically titled "Can We Please Have Fun?" And this is the album that really reestablishes the Follow-Wills as some of the finest purveyors of pop rock and all of pop rock. This side of other musicians like Pearl Jam and The Killers. Absolutely excellent album. Be sure to check it out in your own time. Coming in at number 3 is another artist that came completely out of left field into my highly musical listenings throughout 2024. And of course, I'm calling about Ginger Root with their brand new album. An artist who literally came into my playlist listening by an accidental discovery on Spotify during the calendar year of 2023 to 2024. Ginger Root accomplished a mix of playful lyrics and delusionally delicious instrumentation on their brand new album from 2024 called SHINBANGUMI. Definitely puts them on my personal short list of new artists to watch out for as we continue through the 2020s into the 2030s. Absolutely astounding album by Ginger Root. So if you're not familiar with Ginger Root, go and check them out in your own time with an absolutely stirring new album. Coming in at number 2, and my final favorite two albums of 2024 list is, of course, Empire of the Sun with their new album, Ask That God. Another musical aberrational collaboration between Luke Steele of the Australian group Sleepy Jackson and Nick Littlemore of the popular Aussie electro outfit Fanu of the 2000s, who kept pushing themselves forward musically. Empire of the Sun returned triumphantly back into their debut album, Walking on a Dream, kind of electronic osmos, with their 2024 album, Ask That God, which evolves their album sound more lyrically generous than musically, but nonetheless, Empire of the Sun is definitely one of my top 5 artists in all pop music, and they continue to astound on this brand new album. And now we come to my number 1 album of 2024, and it's pretty much a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer, and it was aforementionedly one of the 2 hip-hop albums that came out near the tail end of the year, but absolutely astounded me. Of course, I'm talking about the standout album, probably the best album that this gentleman has produced, Tyler the Creator's album CHROMAKOPIA. As mentioned before, Tyler the Creator is one of the most original creative minds in modern hip-hop of the new millennium. Soared back into late 2024 with the second half of his introspection look back on his cumulative fame, this time exploring masterfully the dark side of celebrity on the viscerally challenged and optimistically beautiful album CHROMAKOPIA. Even with a Kendrick Lamar album having been rushed out nearly in the same 3 to 4 week window as the release of CHROMAKOPIA, CHROMAKOPIA to me is the best album musically and lyrically that Tyler the Creator has produced to date in his discography. Now, if you'd like to check out any of these 10 albums that I mentioned in my top 10 albums of 2024 list, I'll be sure to put stream links to all 10 albums on my list down in the description area of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below, and be sure to support these artists because, my God, music continues to be being pushed forward in many directions and pushing the envelope that many of us music fans should be keeping our eyes and our ears on as we go into 2025. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for watching this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe and ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the new content coming into the new year of 2025. I will fully endeavor to keep bringing you intriguing, awesome, and interesting Jamiroquai and non-Jamiroquai related videos here on my channel. And massive thank you to everybody in the online Jamily through the support throughout 2024. I did look back at my year-end list of content that I've done on my YouTube channel throughout the calendar year of 2024, and it blew me away to see that I nearly produced one video every day of the entirety of the 365 days of 2024, and I'm glad that everybody in the YouTube comments have been enjoying all the content that I've been bringing you, and I look forward to bringing you more content as we go into the 9th album cycle of Jamiroquai, optimistically, fingers crossed, into the new year 2025. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with more content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Happy New Year 2025. Happy Christmas and happy holidays.